Ugh, won't lie. I feel entirely exhausted. Give me 1 second, by the way. I'm gonna grab cola. I got my cola. So I actually started up trial mode. To try to take advantage of Boston. I just started it. I know I said I'd do this off cam, but yeah. Well, there goes that chance. Okay, I did want to mess with Fran's gambits. uh, that that did not feel great. I'm also just remembering that I probably shouldn't go past 10. Not until I get enough remedies, at least. Still not the sound I would have given this fucking guy. Pardon me? So I actually need to equip Vaughn for a second with, oh yes, Diamond Armlet. Uh, Hold on. Well, let me take my inhaler. I definitely feel off.
Wait. A word of caution before we set out. See that red web of light spanning the passageway? It is a mechanism to detect intruders within the ship. Break one of those beams and an alarm will sound, summoning the guard. The alarm should cease after a time, but it's better to avoid drawing unnecessary attention. Come, Her Majesty awaits.
Remember, it was actually a viable strategy for time to actually use the alarms into essentially giving yourself infinite enemies to take out.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, like, I can just stock up heavily. Knots of rust. If I take a guess, it's gonna randomly spawn those chests for a hot minute. Yeah, it's gonna range from 1 to 2 now. If I had to take a guess, it's gonna be it's gonna either give me a moat, gill, or just not a breast. Oh yeah, probably should take advantage of the license points at the moment. I'm still wondering where the hourology skill task. Ah, numerology is right there. Let me see if there's like a strat to use numerology. Okay, so yeah, it literally just says don't use it too much because it's just basically unreliable. There we go. Actually, while I'm at it, why don't I look up Knot of Rust real quick? Okay, so I think I can work with that. I think I can actually make Knots of Rust viable. So the whole point of them is they're based off your HP and up to a number of 10 divided. So let's say Vaughn. Okay, so Vaughn is 3,316, right? Let me pull up a calculator. But let's say the worst I get out of it is a division of 10. That's still 300 points of damage. So while Knots of Rust seems like a very bad item, if you set up your characters like I did, they can be really strong, and if I get lucky and get a bubble belt, that makes it even better, because it doubles the HP of any character based on their current stats. So while not entirely broken, it can be... It can be if needed. Okay. I think we can continue. That's Wait, the alarm is going off, so maybe now hit the bulkhead release? Oh, I don't think I've ever actually been in this room. Hold on. Yeah. Oh. Well, ain't that neat? Wow, I actually skipped a whole level.
Fear not their numbers. Take down the leaders and the others will follow.
Yes, guys, I'm sure it's a good time to freaking be posing. Not like the princess is in danger or something. Not like we're in enemy territory. Yeah, go ahead. Take that congratulations pose. Get them style points on the enemy.
You are unharmed?
Vossler,
Majesty.
It's nothing. I'll be fine. You...
Come on, let's go. What are you waiting for? Pinello's still out there.
We should hurry. They won't be long.
We will talk later.
As luck would have it, I happen to be traveling here. Would you like to see my wares? I warn you, though, I only sell the kind of to one kind of customer, the paying kind. unfortunate that techniques aren't aren't implemented properly. Like, techniques are definitely more so for early to mid game and fall off heavily by like end game. Let's see. Alright. So let's go with the licenses for Ash. Make Ash a Bushi. See, I might actually take back my rule on every person will have a different class because there's too many classes that would seem like it would work better if it was paired up with a magic setup. Oh, I will also say, I know a lot of people aren't really a fan of me playing Final Fantasy. And as I've stated, I'm playing this primarily because I wanted to. I was a fan. I never beat the game. And I felt to do it here. Plus, it gives me more of an opportunity to talk to you guys because a lot of the game is rather more so set to auto. Huh. Bone Crusher seems like it has a would have a low hit chance, to be entirely honest. Let me. Hey. Yep, there it is. That's the drawback. Okay. All right. Off we go.
Majesty, we will cut your path.
I will not place my trust in the sword of a traitor.
Yet trust his sword we must, traitor or no. I see no other way. We track back, commandeer a ship, and make our escape. Her Majesty cannot abide weakness, least of all in herself. We must make her confront the reality of our plight.
As in, we must. She needs to accept that she can't handle everything by herself. You know, I'll be entirely honest, I probably could just leave for like a whole day and not do anything, and this group probably would not die. But instead, I'll get all the XP and license points for it.
Vaughn.
It's okay. We're okay.
Geese knows you've escaped. You must hurry. You are Captain Azalus. You will follow me. We must reach the airships before they do.
You would let us leave knowing who we are?
Lady Ash, by all rights you ought not even to exist. That you and Captain Ronsenberg were made to appear dead is like a hidden thread laid bare. Your actions hereafter will pull at that thread, and we will see what it unravels. This is our chance. We must see this through and get to the bottom of it. I believe 'tis for the good of Dalmasca and the good of the Empire.
Very well, then.
Thanks, Lamont.
I must apologize. Penelo, for you. May it bring you good fortune.
Thanks.
That is the worst item in the game,
Let
by
us
the
go.
way. But also kind of the best. It's a mix. So the Nethicite will half the damage of every magical thing. However, unequipped will cause silence. Permanent silence. So like by doing this and putting it on mod, he's immune to basically every last elemental magic, but he can't cast any spells.
Such a great shame. I must confess, I thought you the one who would help us restore peace to Dalmasca. No matter, we hold the proof of your royal lineage. A maid of passing resemblance will serve our purposes now. As for you, my dear, the Empire requires you no more!
What was that?
The Nethicite.
Your Majesty does not disappoint. Ever quick to spurn an honorable surrender, as was your father.
You know nothing of my father!
Ooh, got the one hit KO on him.
We've secured an Atomos. Come!
An Atomos? All skiff, no ship. Hardly fit for a leading man.
So I can fly it then?
You mad? Can't we go faster? Not yet. They passed.
Hasn't gone too fast, they'd have noticed.
Balthier, your handkerchief. I thought you might want it back.
I shall wear it close to my heart.
Perhaps you forget all that Ondor has wrought.
I do not forget, Majesty. It was by his counsel, dangerous though it may have been, that we were able to free you. You must meet with him, Your Highness, and give ear to his words. He may act in league with the Empire, but his heart is not.
It is as he says. I ought not have kept Ondor at so great a distance. for so long a time. I have played the fool.
You were only being cautious.
Majesty, I would ask you for some time. On our own, we struggle in vain to restore Dalmasca. I must search out some other way. Until I should find it, I would have Bosch remain at your side. Doubt him you may. But I measure his loyalty to Dalmasca no less than my own.
I know you would not speak so lightly. Very well.
Keep her well. Go to Ondor and there await my return.
I find it so funny how easily it is for everyone to just freely move about between here and Arcades. Like, I'm surprised there's not like actual wanted posters posted up everywhere. Where, like, seriously. By the way, I made a quick trip here because I have a feeling there's going to be a few more hunts, plus I want to cash in on getting up higher ranked. Nope, nothing. If I'm lucky, Bubble should be accessible. If not, well, I'll have to work a little bit harder. You're a rear guard already? You've been burning the midnight oil, Kupo. Any new marks? Nope. Okay. Well, let's see what I can get as a rear guard. Oh yeah, also Pinello has more licenses accessible to her now. Hello there. How you be today? Let's make sure we can get Pinello a better crossbow. I would have loved that there was like a way to get numerology to like hit more, but like there isn't. On the plus side, I can get Pinello to hit like a truck. The day in quest goes fine. Hunts, on the other hand, seem to be rather dull for the time being. It seems I have exhausted current pills for any captured slaying. thus also the clan seems to be turning a blind eye to the actual potential that I'm actually able to give. Back to Bajeba I go. Oh, yeah, no. I won't lie, I don't mind the next-gen variation of Final Fantasy XII. I also will say, it is a little bit better than having Vaughn not as fucking chiseled as he was in the PS2 version. Like, does he have abs? Yes, but people that play the PS2 version would only know what I'm talking about. This is nothing. In fact, they actually did improvements on the graphics. It's like a full-on remaster. Despite that Zodiac Age is technically the Japanese release version of the game.
When Vossler learned my father had been killed the night of the treaty signing, he returned to Ravenaster, there to aid my escape. There was still time before Vane's reach extended too far. We thought that you could protect me.
However, when I then made the announcement that you had taken your own life, I must have seemed a model citizen of the Empire. The announcement, you see, was Vane's suggestion. Of course, at the time I was reluctant, but I could not perceive his reasons. Now it is clear he meant to drive a wedge between us.
Halim, we are past all this. Bushirba must stand with us. We can stop Vane.
I once knew a girl whose only wish was to be carried in her uncle's arms. Your Majesty is a woman grown now.
Then Bushirba will aid me.
Suppose for a moment you were to defeat Vane. What then? You cannot simply rebuild your kingdom with the only proof of your birthright stolen. Without that, the Grand Kiltias on Boomises cannot and will not recognize your Majesty as the rightful heir. You may yet be a princess, but without proof of your identity, you are powerless. You will remain with me. We do nothing till the time is right.
I cannot just wait.
Then what does your Majesty propose we do?
Uncle Halim.
Incidentally, what is the going rate for rescuing princesses these days? Food would be a start. The good stuff, mind you.
This can be arranged, though it will take some time.
Time enough for a bath, I hope. Dirty business, you know. Ah, best bring a change of clothes, too.
With him saying that, all I can think about is his comment back in Nalbina. I don't think he's changed his pants since he fucking pissed himself in the sewers. Yeah, like how Gambit's got Final Fantasy X and X-2 on the PS4 and PS2. I have Final Fantasy VI, only played Final Fantasy V, a small bit. Want to get other games. Each Final Fantasy is always different, and I love that entirely. I actually have Final Fantasy VIII on here on the PC. it's a remaster version. I probably should start up 8 after I finish 12. I'm not going to play any of them in order because Final Fantasies are always different. They're never really totally connected, other than through Dissidia. But yeah.
What are you doing? This is Balthier's ship.
I'm going to retrieve the Dawn Shard. It's the proof that I need. I know where it's hidden. I'll return his airship later.
Are you crazy?
This is something that I...
Oh yeah, no, Final Fantasy. I wanted to comment because it is a good card game. Also, as confusing as the junction system looked like, it was really fucking good for making yourself really overpowered, especially if you knew how to use the card system to be able to like break them down into the elements. I found out that one of the cards had Omni on it, and it allowed me to jump scroll to like 3,000 HP without being past level 8. It was very funny. Thanks for the follow, Saiyans.
have to do. Not only for myself, but for all those who have fallen. I will not be made to hide. I'll fight alone if I must.
You still have Bosch, right? Besides, you can't just go around stealing people's ships. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to concentrate.
That's quite enough, Your Majesty. What do you think? A bit over the top?
In my line of work, you never know when something like this might come in handy.
I'm trying to concentrate.
I'm leaving you with the Marquis.
You can't!
Trust me, you're better off staying here.
Suppose you kidnapped me instead. You're a sky pirate, aren't you? Then steal me. Is that so much to ask?
What do you have that I would want?
The Dynast King's treasure. The Dawn Shard is but one of the riches that lie waiting in King Wraithwall's tomb.
King Wraithwall, you say?
Kidnapping royalty is a serious offense. It won't do much to lower the bounty on your head.
How much is the price on your head these days, I wonder?
Allow me to escort you in Vossler's place.
Will you be joining us?
What? Are you kidding? I don't want to stick around this place.
Then I'm coming too.
Penelo.
Don't leave me here.
To be fair, she got kidnapped and brought here, so she's probably like, I don't want to stay
Before
here.
the Marquis realizes she's missing, like proper kidnappers.
Like, in all fairness, I understand where Penelo's coming from. She's like, I got kidnapped and sent here. I don't know anything about this place, other than I was brought here when Balthier was supposed to come get me. I won't lie, the fucking judges look so goddamn cool.
Dr. Sid, does this set Draclaw?
I have confirmed he receives funds from Lord Vane. His agency in the fall of Nabudis is also certain. Yet, with Judge Zekt, who led the assault, missing, the truth remains difficult to ascertain.
The long, cold years have clouded my eyes. I cannot see my own son's heart.
My lord.
This illness will claim me. So then, who is to be my successor? The Senate fears the capable Peregrine Vane. They prefer a young fledgling emperor. Gabranth, once in the past I laid siege to your homeland.
The Republic of Landis is long since gone. My allegiance lies wholly with the Empire.
Perhaps. But what of your brother? He did not accept us as you did. He fled to Dalmasca. Did you never think to follow him?
I follow his every move. He is an enemy of the Empire. He will be cut down.
So you would kill even your own brother for the Empire. Be that as it may, Gabranth, your ruthlessness is not without merit. But it must not become this way with Larsa. You must ensure that it does not.
So then you ask me to be his sword, to strike where he might not.
Rather be his shield. Gabranth, keep your close watch on Vane. His is the keenest blade of all.
My lord.
Do this for me, Gabranth. I could not bear to see my sons war with each other again.
Whoa. This come in handy often?
It's tough being popular. Wouldn't want any admirers dropping in while we're away.
Oh, yes.
Well now,
Because
that's
random...
as far as she goes. We'll be in yacht from here onwards.
Across the Sand Sea, to the Valley of the Dead, and to King Wraithwall's tomb below.
So when you're in yacht, skystones don't work at all. That's why we gotta hoof it the rest of the way, you see?
Happy you get to teach me something for a change?
Well, if you want to be a sky pirate, you gotta know your... Hey, what do you mean for a change?
Come on,
At least we
accept
thought
it.
to bring
I'm smarter than
entertainment.
you.
Oh yeah? Says who? You wanna see what they think about it?
I wouldn't be so confident.
You sigh, but let it be known Vaughn is the reason why you ended up surviving.
I can smell the failure!
Hey, Jeff. Oh yeah? What's going on with that? Oh, Lord. So, like, rather than actually be beneficial, it decided to just kind of, like, shoot itself in the foot. Ah, there we go. I think hourology should be a little bit better to use. cure won't be effective at the moment. It actually won't be beneficial at all for quite some time. Don't worry about the stroke, Kupo. I'll keep an eye on her. No, wait, both eyes. Muggles are always entertaining. This will forever be one of the cooler effects of Final Fantasy XII, is the Sand Sea. Like, the Sand Sea is so bizarre, but at the same time so freaking cool. It's so paradoxical as well, because the sand should be soaking up the oil. There should be no possible way for this to actually happen, yet it does. And because of that, it just makes it so much more stunning.
So where exactly is Wraithwall's tomb?
Far to the west. We must first cross the Yogir Yensa, and beyond that, the Nam Yensa, before we reach the tomb. An expanse of desert larger still than all of Delmasca. We must pace ourselves. If you grow tired, we stop and take rest.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm tougher than I look.
You are at that.
Hold on. I probably should set Bond's gambits to self on this one. That way we don't have an overuse of it. And do it before battle. Oh, by far. I will say, it still feels PS2-y when you look at it, well, outside of its, like, high definition graphics. However, you still can't help but be mesmerized by, like, the idea, the very concept of sand that is free-flowing because of the oil beneath. I also love that because my party is level 27.
A construct to draw oil from the ground. Abandoned many years now, it seems.
Did Dalmascans build this?
No, the Rosarians. Their empire lies far to the west, ever at war with Arcadia. Heedless of the kingdoms caught in their midst. Dalmasca, Nabradia, Landis.
'Tis the small craft's fate to watch the list of the galleons and pray for light winds.
Vosla, why are you here?
Imagine my surprise when upon my return to Bogerba, I find both you and the Lady Ash have vanished. I thought you above consorting with sky pirates.
Balthier is a man worthy of our trust, and it was the Lady Ash's decision. I am content to lend my arm. As I could not when Rassler died, when her throne was taken. Never again. I will defend her this time.
You walked the Knight's path. The Lady Ash?
We should leave this place.
Let me guess. Sandstorm?
Something far worse.
I see. So the Dawn Shard does lie in King Wraithwall's tomb. The Marquis sympathizes with your plight, yet the Empire perches as a carrion bird on his shoulder. He can keep whispers of your abduction silent for only so long.
Yes. Tell me, Vossler, what have you accomplished?
We leave at once. This is Urutan Yensa territory, and they are unfond of visitors.
Now this is cool.
Looks like
Oh,
we've
yeah.
attracted the wrong sort of attention. Let's quit this place while we still can. Move!
Vossler! Have you found the means to restore Dalmasca?
First, we must claim the Dawn Shard. It all begins with that.
I like that despite Vossler being a veteran in like war and combat and so forth, he is still the weaker party member compared to the level 27s and 28s. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me set Vaughn's Gambits to this. In this area, because the hunts and randomly ruining didn't know where to go. Yeah, no, honestly, you could get lost pretty easily on this one. Alright. Let us... I understood what you meant. It took me a second to, like, piece it together, but yeah. Equip Bond, we're gonna remove the magic resistance, and we're gonna put back the diamond armlet so he can have Not of Rust. Ha! You just told me you're on mobile. You know, I'm actually very curious. Balthier, why don't you show me how much... Alright, let's see. Okay, yep, okay. Well, we're just gonna keep that on now. Is it slow? Yes, but anything that fucking decides to attack isn't gonna fucking survive. Oh, actually, can Vaughn also use... Oh, let me check his licenses. Might be a technique that I didn't unlock. Nope, but I have Traveler. I can't be bothered to turn on my 40 series PC. No, I understand that entirely. Who else can... instead of, like, asking who else, why don't I just check my inventory and abilities? Only Bolthier. Bolthier seems to be the technique guy. What I like about our emoji is the fact that it hits multiple targets. So, like, before anything else... But by the time we actually, like, take care of one opponent, Bolthier is already taking care of, like, everyone else. Okay... I don't know which one is the safe path, because there's, like, a fucking... There's a fucking giant orb of nope that's somewhere around this area. And that's like not me even trying to be funny. That's me being 1000% serious. There's a giant orb of fucking nope that's just like. Oh yeah, no, we try to be chill around here. In fact, you brought us closer to the goal of 1,000 before the new year. Which, if we end up doing, I'm gonna post a leg pic over on Blue Sky. We're gonna do a leg reveal on Blue Sky. And before you ask why, may I allude to as why not? Up. It's been a hot minute since I was broken game. Probably could sell some of my weapons at least. That reminds me, I need to get coffee. No, I can't. I actually have to ration things out for the rest of the week. At least till Friday. That's not too bad. I'm drinking coffee when you said coffee. At holding my coffee. So what's the story? Are we asking what the story is for the leg reveal? Or are you asking like why I started streaming? The leg reveal. If you follow me on Blue Sky, I will be doing a leg reveal if we get to 1,000 followers over here on Twitch. Before the new year. Mobes, you already knew about the leg reveal. Don't act so surprised. Don't be questioning my motives. Anyways, aside from the leg reveal, the reason why I started streaming was I was in a very unstable place at the time, and I needed to find a way to actually get myself to be a better person. That's not a joke. I felt like I was being a major dick a lot of times. I felt like I was way too negative. And so I created essentially a persona that I would like to try to make my personality. Well, though not all of the persona originally transferred over to how I am now, enough did to where I feel happy, and I honestly feel like a good influence on people that need it. So yeah. Regardless, I still lost a lot of people in my life trying to change who I was at the time. As it was a little too late for me to actually make amends for how crappy of a person I was. It was so bad that when I was trying to change, people felt like I was trying to be fake. So, yeah. So, from then on, I didn't stop. Streaming became my way of actually keeping my mind distracted from the sudden loss and the sudden abandonment. And from there, I decided to keep going. It made a lot of people happy. It made me happy. I kept growing and growing, and here I am. The hacks more you see today. As for the leg thing, I just wanted to throw in a little funny gimmick before the new year. It wasn't a full-on story on that. It was just like, haha, here's a leg reveal if we get to 1,000. Unfortunately, there wasn't much of an in-depth story for that bit, but still. But yeah, I also have a lot to think about streaming. especially with the fact that it did stop me from self-unaliving. They kept me distracted at some of my darkest points. Of course, I still have problems trying to not stream. Sometimes I end up filling my day up with nothing but streaming, but I feel like that's more so out of habit rather than addiction of any kind. I will also apologize, as this is a random bit of lore, like heavy dropping, for someone who's just come over here. But you wanted the story, and one of the rules about me is I always do my best to tell the truth. Yeah, we do a lot more than just this sometimes, too. Like, yeah, this is one of the games I'm playing now, but I also play other games, multiplayer-like games. Like, over the weekend, I was playing Lockdown Protocol with my girlfriend and, my friends, as well as some new friends that I made. And boy howdy was it chaos. If you want to see two of the clips that I managed to have, you can actually look here on Twitch or go over to my YouTube where I edited it slightly. I'm trying to get back into making short form content at the very least, as I already do live streaming over both here and YouTube. I'd also would like to get back into doing possibly finishing up the Legend of Zelda series. I don't think I'll do streams of Twilight Princess, but instead I will stick to just having an hour-long videos. As there really is a lot in Twilight Princess that I can't fit properly into a 30-minute segment. I will also say, we're coming up to the final hour before I have to leave for work and all that. If Lisa is not busy, I probably will be hanging out with her. But if she ends up being busy with her family and all that for New Year's, I probably will be spending it with you guys. I'll even be pulling up the... I'll even pull up a 5-minute counter where we can just talk. And I'll pull up the New York Times video. New York Times live stream. Because I live on the East Coast, and that's one of the more popular ones. So we can all watch the ball drop together with me on the East Coast. And then I'll set up a 5-minute counter for the West Coast so we can celebrate the West Coast coming into the new year. That's only if my GF isn't busy, because like I don't want to pull her away from her family. I know that she likes spending time with her siblings and whatnot, and they do celebrate holidays and stuff together. Like I do as well, but not as much as her. Like she definitely has a stronger family bond than I. It's all good. No worries. I don't mind you tell a story. My mates like games, and Final Fantasy brought my friends together and made it kind of easier when I played games with them to help relax. Yeah, that's like the whole point, is I like being able to do these kind of games and actually relax with my viewers. Even when my viewers are trying to torture the living shit out of me. Isn't that right, Mobius? I will have to say this right now. The cave that leads to the fucking goddamn tomb has to be fucking freezing. Because it's just miles and miles of tunnel without any sun. And the one thing about the desert is it's very fucking dry. You ever heard of, like, a dry heat? Well, that's because of the fucking sun. Oh, yeah, it'd be just straight up freezing. My boy Vaughn would be regretting wearing this, like... What would you even call this? I guess, like, a vest? Yeah, he'd regret wearing this, like, metal cloth vest. Fran would be actually freezing her goddamn tits off. Fossil would probably be fine. He's a mixture of cloth and steel, so I guess he would have been fine. Balthier, he's better than most. He's in practically leather. Pinello would be fine, kinda. Ash would probably hate it, and so would Bosch. Oh, this boss is gonna be so quick. I'm so over-prepared for so much of the game. The only thing that bothers me about 12 is how they equip the goddamn shields.
Long ago, the gods granted their favor to King Wraithwall, who would oversee the subjugation of a vast territory spanning from Mordalia to Valendia. Here he forged the Galtean alliance. Though he is called the Dynast King, upon establishing the alliance, he demonstrated compassion for his people and disdain for needless war. A philosophy passed on to his successors, one that would bring peace and prosperity for hundreds of years to follow. It was during this time of peace that the city-states of Arcadia and Rosaria, each members of Wraithwall's alliance, took root and flourished. Wraithwall left 3 relics signifying descent from the Dynast King. Of these, the Midlight Shard was given to what would become House Nabradia, and the Dusk Shard to my ancestors, the founders of Dalmasca. The last of these relics was the Dawn Shard. It remained hidden here, known only to those of royal blood.
As though the Dynast King foresaw the very plight before us now.
None save descendants of the king are suffered within. If we attempt to enter without proof of such lineage...
There's no guarantee we'll make it out alive. Vicious beasts, fiendish traps, something like that?
Mm-hmm. But you must consider the prize. The Dawn Shard lies within, and Wraithwall's treasure.
And there was I, thinking this was going to be hard.
Yeah, one of the things I don't like is how they equip the shields. Like, we see the handle right there. And this is more of an actual defensive shield based on how it's set up. I'm freaking level 28, and I've overstated my characters with freaking trial mode and so forth. Huh. Oh god, I can barely even get to 20 half the time. It's a pain in the butt. What was that thing? A contraption you find in all but most rudimentary ancient ruins. One touch and off your whisk to you know not where. Finger points. The final points of the operation elude me, but they're handy all the same. What more need a sky pirate know? Alright, so without... This is not me being funny, this is not me trying to, like, over-exaggerate. This is actually one of the hardest bosses to face. This one, specifically. This right here is an actual boss. And the only reason why it's one of the hardest is because it's on a time limit. Once it gets to that door, it TKOs your entire party.
fight or run? We better decide fast.
Yeah, I actually have to take it. I can't fight it at this moment. It's actually too strong for me to fight it. So I have to fight its brother. The one that gives me a lot more time to fight.
The wall comes. We must be quick. Together we can bring it down.
The description. Waste it with a flame follows their shadow. Near straight. Okay, I have to remedy Doom. Ah, man, I did not.
Incredible. It wounds me to look on as they pillage so solemn a place.
Yet without help, you and I are as nothing. Is this not so? He thinks ever and always on his own profit. Assure him of it and he shall remain true to our cause.
I do not share your majesty's trust.
We will continue this later. Now we should concern ourselves with finding the Dawn Shard.
I want to be entirely honest.
It sleeps in waiting, somewhere deep within.
How can you be certain?
I can hear its call.
I want to say this now. Out of all the outfits Ash could have picked, Why the fuck did she pick the skimpiest one? Like, okay, a lot of you are like, Hex, what the hell are you talking about? Well, the way that she commands herself is in a way of, like, straight up authority and respect. Which is all well and good, and it makes sense for her character. But at the same time, in that regard, the outfit that she picked does not reflect that. Her outfit's more rebellious, if anything. Entirely opposite to her regal status and her personality of wanting respect and acknowledgement. And as we know, she didn't fake her her suicide or anything. So it's not like she was trying to hide her personality or how she is, but she decided to go with probably the most impractical kind of outfit for the status that she is trying to uphold. And don't get me wrong, outfits like that aren't bad. It works good for like characters like Fran, who comes from a culture of like Amazonian like woman that wear these outfits on like a daily. It's normal for their culture. And she commands herself very fucking well. I remember once when I used to work at university, I was bored one day and put the game on fast. After when I finished work 8 hours later, working there, I became more thick-skinned. See, I think anyone working any kind of shift becomes more thick-skinned. In my entire honest opinion. I enjoy this game. I think there's a lot of finer points about the characters, and I think it's really great. I get that one of the reasons why Vaughn is dressed like this is I feel like it's took inspiration from like characters like Aladdin. He's a peasant boy that ends up stealing and believes that is the only way to survive. Vanello is his childhood friend who believes the exact opposite and helps become more of a kind of a moral staple for him, like his anchor for his morality. Like, there's finer points to each character, and it's really, really well done. And their outfits tell a story about them. Like, Balthier, in his classy outfit, states that he is both a man of chivalry, while at the same time, of his own stature. Like, he doesn't dress like everyone else, nor does he dress from how he is from his home country. Is it still regal? Yes, but it's done in a way of, like, freedom and liberty. It's like him saying, I'm rebellious, but I'm keeping my style and class. It's just the final points that I'm like taking from like their outfits and so forth, and their personalities and how they match. The game is still a masterpiece in its own right. Yeah, exactly. As Bolthier says, he's the leading man. If you were to look at this ragtag team, like, okay, we got Vaughn, who's basically supposed to be a reference to Aladdin. We got Fran, who's a Vier, who is a part of a group of Amazonian like women who live in the woods. We got Bosch, the dishonored knight, marked as a traitor, who is trying his best to redeem himself in the eyes both of the kingdom and people that are within it. We have Ash, who is a princess who is trying to do her best to reclaim her kingdom from the hands of an enemy that has long since taken over. And then we have Nello, who is Vaughn's best friend and moral support, and as well as Anchor, to stop him from doing stupid shit when he doesn't need to. And each of their outfits tell a different story. Like Bosch's is not like knightly or anything. It's definitely built more to be like veteran-like. It's meant to show that he has walked a long road, but is no longer the man he used to be. But still tries to uphold to what he used to be. At the same time, it's a weird thing. Balthier, he's the leading man. He has the outfit to show. He has the charisma, the outfit, the talents to actually do so. We got Fran, who works with Balthier, a rebel in her own right, because out of all of her people, I don't see many of them actually just wearing straight up black armor that wasn't matching someone else's style. And that, in fact, if I were to be entirely honest, I've seen a lot of polls where a lot of people who like Balthier, I say this before, if it wasn't for Balthier, if it wasn't for Luxford, I should say, not Luxford, Luxord from Kingdom Hearts 2, I probably would have, Balthier probably would have been the character to help me discover that I was fucking bi. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Actually, I made this conclusion, and I think I realize what the whole point of the outfits are, and why they don't match the personalities to a degree, but at the same time do. I have two meteorites of different inflict disease, inflict damage. Huh. I think the outfits are supposed to represent the rebellion that they have for what they are dealing with. Where they come from. But that should be saved for like more of a deep dive into the character kind of video and not a live stream. Yeah, but Balthier is a very charismatic man. There is no hiding that. Remember where I had to help a mate beat Kingdom Hearts 2 Dad of the Luxord. I still have to finish Kingdom Hearts 2. I got the 2.5 edition thanks to my girlfriend, and I need to finish it. We're at the end. I have maxed out every last strive for it. So I still have to finish a lot. At this point, I might as well just make Knot of Rust Vaughn's fucking default item to use. Like, holy hell. The second I get access to Bubble, that is what I'm going to do. Vaughn is just gonna forever use Knot of Rust. Because at that point, it would just be ridiculous damage at the wazoo. And as long as I make him wear the diamond armlet, he'll never run out of fucking ammo. I should check to see how cold it is before I end up leaving. I have like 35 minutes before I have to end the stream.
Fog? Underground?
Not fog. Mist.
You can see the mist with your eyes?
Where it is thick enough, you may. The nether runs deep in this place.
So, is the mist dangerous?
Yes, but it is also an aid. A dense mist allows the working of powerful magics.
I'll keep that in mind. Can't count on Vaughn to keep track of these things. That's for sure.
I don't know, I feel like Vaughn is more capable than you actually give him credit for, Pinello. I know I said I would save it for like maybe a video of a deep dive into the characters, which is not something I've done, by the way. It was just like more so a spur of the moment. The thing that I did want to mention, one of the reasons why Pinello outfit does like cry out for a different kind of rebellion, is primarily because she... A bloodsword, you say? Fucking okay. Yeah, one of the reasons why her outfit is a form of rebellion is primarily because she is orphaned and poor, but she still holds up a standard of common decency in her looks. She dresses differently based against her class. And that's all I gotta say on that, because like I'm not gonna go into deep lore in this moment. I still have to beat Sephiroth and all that stuff. I still have some side things to do. I have even I have to beat the game to then try to fight the Lingering Will, and that's gonna be fucking annoying. There we go. We have accessed the multi-class system. Yippee!
In vain glory they arose, shouting challenges at the gods, but prevail they did not. Their doom it was to walk the mist until time's end. A legend of the Nemo.
My family tells a story of the Dynast King and an Esper. The story goes that in his youth, the Dynast King defeated a mighty Gigas, for which the gods took heed of him. Thereafter, it was ever bound to him in thraldom.
So, all this time it's been here guarding the Dynast King's treasure?
Not so. The Esper is the Dynast King's treasure.
That's your treasure?
In this Esper we now command rests a power whose worth is beyond any measure.
Is that so? Call me old-fashioned, but I was hoping for a treasure whose worth we could measure.
An elixir. Oh, fucking finally! Shades of Black. Okay. Who can use Shades of Black? No one can use Shades of Black. So yes, I cheese that boss fairly quickly. I know what I'm doing in the game, okay? Just because I haven't gotten to 60 like you doesn't mean I don't have, like, strategies. I'm just equipment locked. In fact, the fucking Sword of Kings is the cheesiest weapon I can get. Let's see. We're going to... Yeah, we're gonna go give on a black maybe? Let me see how well this works into each other. Probably not. Maybe not that. Definitely not a white mage. What about a red mage? How well does this sync up? Not entirely great, actually. In fact, this might be better to put on Bosch, if anything, as the red mage does have healing properties. Yeah. Okay. How about the time mage? It would give Vaughn a little more damage to work with. And it looks like give him access to magic, but at the same time, some techniques. Yep. Vaughn will go into time battle mage. Synergizes a little bit better. I'll try to give Penelo something a little different instead of giving her Shikari. forehead is like extremely itchy for no apparent reason. It's actually really bothersome. I think it's like one of the downsides of getting a haircut. It's like sometimes my forehead just like gets really itchy for whatever reason, like days after. Probably because it's like not used to being exposed as much as it is. It's like I do normally have like long hair. Alright, what's befitting of the leading man? I was thinking of making him a foe breaker. See, funny enough, foe breaker is one of my favorites, primarily for how much you can actually, how much damage you can actually do. With the exception of the idea that foe breaker does have one major weakness, and that is the damage is randomized. Okay, Balthier is going to Bowbreaker. Fran is actually going to go straight into White Mage. Most of her stuff is already unlocked in here. Aside from a few HP things and whatnot. I'm going to check out some of the magic to make sure that getting a good deal out of this. One of the ones I want to make sure of is possibly Bubble. Renew. Actually, only she might actually go into Red Battle Mage like Bosch. And that is because of Bubble. Like, I don't think a lot of you understand how important Bubble actually is. And if you do, that is a good thing. Yeah. Yep, Fran will be going into Red Battle Mage. As for Pinello, I don't want her sharing a similar class to Vaughn. Though it probably wouldn't be the greatest class for her to go into. I don't see a lot of downsides for her to go into monk. But that also probably could be said for Ulan. It would also give her a lot more HP to work with. Alright, Ulan Pinello. As much as I said I would go into Red Battle Mage, with Pinello already... Oh, I can't back out. I'm pretty sure I got it for Pinello. That there is... Yeah, she can learn... Yeah, she already learned Nose Bubble. I think it would possibly benefit Bosch to go into White Mage. Just primarily because a better healer would be a bad idea. Cura is one of the best healing spells in this game, but Curaja can be entirely stupid. As for Ash, she is going to go straight into a mage class as well. And I think it's going to be... a red battle mage along with Bran. It will give her access to a lot of spells, while at the same time not really depriving her of anything else.
What's wrong? Your Majesty, we must go.
What? Wrestler.
I honestly want to know how Vaughn is able to see a mist spirit like Ash.
You will be avenged.
Dawn Shard. Increases magic resistance by a lot. Yeah, because, like, it doesn't explain why Yvonne is so special to the point where he's able to see... the spirit. Also, here's the surprise twist for those of you who haven't seen, played, or don't know of the game. An inevitable betrayal.
Such a tremendous honor to again be graced with your presence, Majesty. You left us with such great dispatch upon our last encounter that I must confess I had begun to worry that we may have given your Majesty some cause for offense.
Such a heartfelt display of remorse. Now what is it you want?
I want you to give me the Nethicite.
The Nethicite?
That is a base imitation. We seek Wraithwall's legacy, the ancient relics of the Dynast King. Day-affected Nethicite. Did you not tell them, Captain Azalus?
Majesty, he speaks of the Dawn Shard. That is the Nethicite.
Are you mad, Vossler?
If we are to save Dalmasca, we must accept the truth. I will fight this profitless battle no more.
Captain Azalus has struck a wise bargain. In return for the Dawn Shard, the Empire will permit Lady Ash to reclaim her throne, and the Kingdom of Dalmasca will be restored. Think on it. An entire kingdom for a stone. You must admit, 'tis more than a fair exchange.
To be entirely
and
fair.
when all is said and done, your master will have another pet.
Lady Ash, let us take...
I just took notice of this. Yeah, it really is. It really is Star Wars, but not Star Wars. But I just took notice of that. When Balthier made that comment, Geese had a twitch in his face, like he was actually affected by his words. Like, he had a mild reaction. It was on the right side of his face. He had like a quick smirk of a twitch. That's such an interesting detail.
Him for the people of Dalmasca. Your Majesty wallows in indecision on peril of their heads. And his shall be the first to fall.
Well, at least your sword is to the point.
To think the relics of the Dynast King were day-affected Nethicite, Dr. Sid will be beside himself.
What did you say?
Captain Azalus, take them to Shiva. They should have leave to return to Rabanastre soon. I want you to assess its power.
Did our orders not specify that we return the stone for testing?
I will not chance returning with a stone that is yet unproven.
What? Oh, did my model, like, suddenly Did my model suddenly like, disappear for a second? Yeah, that happens sometimes when I decide to like scratch my face or something. And like I said, my forehead is like super itchy. B2 models aren't perfect, but yeah.
When we return to Dalmasca, we can announce that you are alive and well. I will then continue our negotiations with the Empire. I believe Lars has the key. He'll listen to us. We should trust him.
Who are you, Vossler, to talk of trust?
She's not wrong. Both sides are in the right.
The son of Dalmasca.
But both sides are in the right. It's just that they can't agree on what is the right way to go about it.
Our equipment here is limited, so we'll be using the ship's drive to make our assessment. Once we've connected the stone, the reaction should be easily measured.
Methods do not interest me, only results.
Fran? Such heat! The mist, it's burning!
6,800, 6,900, 7,000! This must be Deifacted Nethicite! The count still climbs!
That's where you should have just ended the
We found
experiment.
it at last. True Deifacted Nethicite. The power of the Dynast King in my hands. Blood alone does not an emperor make, Vayne.
What is this? Something's wrong!
What is it? You stand.
Hold her down!
Holy shit!
What's wrong?
No, hold on. We want... Just... Oh my god. Fran hit the one knight so hard, his fucking shoulder pads launched off of him. Like, instead of knocking the shoes off the dude, she knocked the shoulder pads off of him. Holy fuck. No, shit, I did not mean to skip. Fuck. Well... Yes, I did goof. She went crackhead strong.
Power falling rapidly. Each negative, impossible.
Engine room, this is the bridge. Report.
What are they doing down
What's
there?
happened?
The Nethicite's draining the ship's power!
Disengage it at once.
I want that
We're
number
trying to
3
go
unit
good.
seal. Let me infected. Action reach critical in 300. Cascade failure.
Ash, let's go.
All I have done, I've ever thought of Dalmasca first.
I know you do. I would ne'er gainsay your loyalty.
Look on what my haste has wrought. Did I act too quick? Or was your return too late?
Why can't it be both?
I can serve her no more. You must take up my charge.
This might get a little dicey.
The mist. It manifests now.
Is that what you call this?
What's that?
Dawn Shard.
Then what are we waiting for?
Obtain the Dawn
The
Shard.
dreadnought Leviathan is sunk. The 8th Fleet of the Arcadian Imperial Army lost. As word of the events in the yacht sounded throughout the Empire, quit I Bujerba, citing sudden malady. My true motive, to bring the various counter-imperial forces scattered throughout Ivalice together in unified resistance. By this time, Lady Ash had made her return to Rabanastre. She had not, however, made known her presence. Rather, she was content with keeping both her own whereabouts and those of the Dawn Shard concealed. Had she chosen then to go before her people, my error in announcing her suicide would be known, to the great detriment of my efforts to assemble a resistance. In such circumstance as the Lady Ash then found herself, even were she to proclaim Dalmasca restored, it would serve only to invite the Empire's wrath. Though Arcadia had lost her 8th Fleet, she remained, as ever, a military power with which to be reckoned.
I won't lie, I feel like the entire Empire is like a mixture between England and fucking Italy, with how it's designed.
The Rosarian Empire assembles a vast host under guise of martial exercises. It is our belief they wait for the proper pretext, the sooner to make their strike against Arcadia.
The loss of Leviathan and her fleet at such a time comes as a most grievous blow. Were Rosaria to invade, the battle would be hard fought. Had Lord Vane not deployed the fleet so capriciously, we would not now find ourselves in such perilous circumstance.
Perilous? You guys are a major
shall be made to
superpower.
answer for his actions. It is the will of the Senate. Excellency, though he be your son, justice must be served.
A convenient thing, justice. And so I must now make a choice between my throne and my son.
A most lamentable situation for us all.
Oh? For Lord Vane, perhaps. Yet surely Lord Lauser will make for a fine emperor.
Lauser so adores his brother, and he is yet young.
But he will not remain young forever. Already he busies himself unraveling Lord Vane's tangled skein. Lord Larsa has found his role to play and pursues it with some enthusiasm.
Ah, yes. And who would set him at such tasks?
What matter? Lord Vane himself once saw his elder brothers brought to like justice, did he not? At your Excellency's behest, as I recall.
You may put yourself at ease, Lord Gramis. So long as the Senate watches over her, Arcadia's well-being will ever be ensured.
By your will, I shall bid Vane return to Arcades.
I won't lie, I do like the Emperor and how he handles the diplomatic situations of his whole people. Ah yes, this random shot of Nabudis. You as well, Saiyans. We'll be ending it very shortly, just a lot of cutscenes. I have no idea what this is supposed to represent. I don't know if that was supposed to be like a sign that they are connected somehow or what.
So, it was the Dawn Shard that brought down the Imperial fleet.
You know your stuff.
Destructive power of such force. I've seen it once before. Lady Ash, you know of what I speak.
Nabudis.
The capital of Old Nebradia, Lord Rassler's fatherland. At the time of the invasion, a division of Imperials entered the city. There was a mighty explosion. Friend and foe died alike. Something was there. One of the Dynast King's relics. The Midlight Shard was in Nebradia.
More Nethicite. Well, no wonder they invaded.
That ridiculous war. The trap at the treaty signing. All this because Vayne wanted power. He must not be allowed to claim the Nethicite. The Empire must never hold it.
Oh, they already do. The Dusk Shard? Most likely the Midlight Shard, too. Besides, can't they manufacture Nethicite now?
Very well. Then the path set before us is clear. We'll use the Dawn Shard to fight them.
In what capacity?
Dalmasca does not forget kindness, nor ill deed done. With sword in hand, she aids her allies. Sword in hand, she lays to rest her foes. This Nethicite I hold must be my sword. I will avenge those who have died. And the Empire will know remorse.
You even know how to use it?
The Garif may know. The Garif people live by the old ways. Magicite lore is a part of their culture. They may hear it. The cry of the Nethicite's power. Whispers of the stone's menace.
Dangerous though it be, what we need now is power. Should we declare Dalmasca free?
On. I want to make sure I didn't miss a message from my GF at all. I have that happen way more than I'd like.
The Empire would crush us. You must take me to meet with the Garif.
They live beyond Osman Plain.
Not exactly close.
Compensation, is that what you want?
Straight to the point, aren't we? I like that. Compensation. How about the ring?
This? Isn't there something else?
No one's forcing you.
The ring of a former dead king.
I'll give it back to you as soon as I find something more valuable.
Ah! Collateral.
What do you mean something more valuable?
Hard to say. I'll know when I find it. What is it you want, Vaughn? What are you looking for?
Me? What am I looking for? I guess... Well, you know...
The Garif are said to dwell in Kirwan.
So they do. We'll need to head south, past the Giza Plains.
It is the rains now in Giza. The wadis will be swollen with the deluge. Passage may be difficult.
But those same waters may also lay open new routes to us.
Regardless, we must go south, yes?
First things first. You're eager to be on your way, I know, but we should see that we're prepared before setting out.
I made my resolve 2 years ago. I swore to overcome any hardship I may face.
That may
Man
be.
cannot live by resolve alone, Princess.
Hmm. There we go. You defeated a demon wall. Impressive. Gratitude discovers an insight. Support moat. Any new marks? No new marks. Alright. Sky Pirates Den. Alright, I'm gonna teleport to the south gate, save, and then we're gonna call it there. No raiding out today, or right now, because I need to go and I don't want to spend time looking for someone to try to raid out on. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, hope to see you guys in the next one. And like always, stay happy, stay healthy, but most